Why am I here tonight? Basically thinking about and thinking about apps a lot across various devices, and thinking about how our existing web-based service can be kind of like extended out to the mobile area, and thinking that apps are the way to do it. So obviously trying to glean as much information as possible, and you know, hopefully take it away and use it in the business.
Here tonight just to see what the experts are saying about the kind of fragmentation and strategy for large companies, you know, help us with the things that we're helping our clients with. Yeah.
Have you been to a Mashup before?
No, I've not. I'm really excited about this.
So you're a Virgin Mashup?
Yeah.
What are you expecting to see here tonight?
I was expecting to see a lot of suits being down Canada Waterway or Canary Wharfway. I kind of don't know what to expect. I've come pretty open-minded, I guess. So yeah, just looking forward to hearing what people say.
I mean, essentially, I thought it would be useful for, well, we thought it would be useful to do an event, basically to help people understand what are the issues when it comes to actually developing an app strategy.
Only when the iPhone came out did we really have sort of a real uptake on this scenario, people actually downloading and installing stuff. Right now it's more than music. So what we see now, of course, with the tablet and all the other mobile phone platforms, is applications are sort of reinventing the browser in a way, you could say.
I'm Charles Weir. I'm Managing Director of Penrillion, and we have been developing mobile apps for 10 years now. And I'm here to scare you.
Well, Garrett Leonhardt, I work as a media futurist, so that means I help media companies try to reinvent themselves.
Who's got the Guardian iPhone app? So who am I? Well, I'm a product guy. I'm used to kind of dealing in consumer technology, so I know there are a lot of people here who are interested in B2B. But I think the first thing I'd say is apps are consumer technology.
It is possible. It's very, very tough. I think apps are an interesting way. You know, the paid-for app experience is clearly an interesting route through. I'm aware that, you know, a lot of you here will be interested in kind of brand and marketing. So, you know, you'll be more. You'll be edging towards the free approach.
This issue of freemium, it started with free, and then going from there, that's going to dominate a lot of models. And that basically means that for the user it's great, right? Because you get going for free, and then you get upsold. You know, it's the gaming model.
You know, it's going to be a long time until you can create the Gran Turismo experience in the browser, right? So you're going to be more interested in apps.
They're actually about packaging. That actually what an app does, right? It gives you the ability to go and repackage your content so it's differentiated from Google World, where there's a channel of free content and you're providing a differentiated experience through your software application.
You know, we charge £2.39 for an iPhone app, and the reason why people have bought it is because they want to read our content when there's no signal, right? So it's about functionality.
The iPhone is one of the most sold apps ever. It didn't cost much to develop. The guy did it in like a weekend. Because it's not sort of like totally chucked away the idea. A, you need to spend loads of money. B, it's got to kind of be structurally sound. And actually, you just need an idea that appeals to a mass amount of people. And actually, that should be your main premise.
For every iPhone, though, or whatever it might be, how many fail, right? So it's really tough. I think unquestionably there's always going to be creative, intelligent people who come up with something that's rock, but there's going to be a lot that don't get there.
We heard about all these costs, we heard about fragmentation. What is about this HTML5 based and iTunes based content strategy of Apple?
Do we bother implementing any apps or not while we wait for the browser to come back? And the answer is, if you want new users and they're using apps, you better do that.
Why are so many companies even thinking about doing this mobile development themselves? Why aren't they realizing it's potentially so complicated they should be bringing in expert companies to do it?
Steve from MDA describes most iPhone applications as digital CVs. And I have spoken to a lot of companies who end up doing their iPhone app in-house because their developers wanted to, and did most of it themselves in their bedrooms beforehand.
We'll probably outsource either Android or BlackBerry. We definitely got help in on the iPhone app because we wanted to do it fast and we didn't have the expertise in-house, so I think it's a great idea.
But I'm not a great fan of companies that outsource these things without considerable thought. I think one of the reasons why some other people have failed is because the expectation is where you can hand this off. You know, if you own an audience, you're the best people to be able to, you know, gather that data and understand your audience. And if you've got, you know, certain skills in house, so for example, you know, with us we had design and product skills, but we didn't have a technical team, you know, that could build it. So, you know, we went and found that, and we actually found a great company to do it.
We discovered that there was someone in the US who'd launched a fake NatWest Android application on the Android App Store. So from our point of view, whilst the Apple have quite a tight process for certifying applications, some of the other app stores don't seem to have anything like that.
It's a very difficult problem for NatWest, and very, you know, serious security concerns. For us, I think it's obviously slightly less of an issue. We are, you know, we're adopting a laissez-faire approach to this. Appreciate you can't do that. Again, I don't know what the answer is for you. You know, for us, it's unless it's significantly affecting our business, then, you know, we're really going to go. It's going to cost us more money to, you know, sort it out legally than we're losing by living it.
You mentioned you wanted to that you should develop a relationship with Apple. How?
Yeah, I mean, it's not easy, but, you know, I mean, certainly from a product perspective, one of the most important meetings I had was spending an afternoon with their development team, and we came away and it changed the product that we released, for sure. 4 hours, it's a good place to start.
And I think if you've got a brand called iKebab, then your chances of getting a 4-hour session with Apple developers are close to 0.
So could we have just some tips from the panel about how to build engagement on this device?
To figure out what it means. I think for me, for example, the first thing is people want a dialogue. And they want to be able to talk back and get an answer, have a conversation. And for most larger companies, that's pretty hard to do, because you don't really want conversation. I mean, you want purchase.
I was playing with the Motorola Droid last night. I don't know if anyone's played with one. Man, it rocks. I really love it. HD on your mobile phone. Fantastic.
We've got 6 companies. They've got 1 minute up on stage to give us their spiel.
So I want to tell you about the world's most convenient filing system that we've called iDoc.
We actually run some distribution channels. So we run some Samsung channels, Orange, Sprint, etc.
As an app, you can hold up your phone wherever you are and flick through the years, and you will see images of the past superimposed on the location that you're looking at.
Then rather than having a large number of handsets in your own backyard, you can access our service and have access to over 2,000 devices through a web portal.
This is an easy and fun way to provide the very best of Flickr, providing personal recommendations that talk about themselves.
We develop apps for a whole bunch of customers, from one-line concept to finished app. However, our platform of choice is Facebook and social network sites. Lord only knows why I am here to talk about mobile.
Who's rock tonight? The guy from The Guardian was really interesting. You know, and understanding how they've made progress by talking to Apple. Obviously not everyone can talk to Apple.
There's opportunity here, but it's complicated. So I think we really need companies who can actually bring solutions to the industry as a whole.
It was very good. Two things stood out for me, I think. One was the link between cultural change and technology, and which one really mattered, and which one drove the other. And I think the other thing that really hit me was just being reinforced, just how important it is to use social networks to promote any apps you put out there into the marketplace.
Yeah, so in fact, here's an apps event which is seeming almost entirely about mobile apps. So I thought to myself, what the hell am I doing here? But it seems that there are people who want to talk about social network apps as well. So I have made some useful contacts. That has been handy after all.
I was moderating the panel at the Mobile App Strategy event this evening. It went very well. There was a very diverse range of people sitting on the panel, which always makes for a very good discussion. My kind of key takeaway in terms of apps is that it's not all about the app. It has to be an integrated mobile offering. You have to consider mobile internet, and that's the key to success.
You know, I'm meeting people who are working at Ogilvy, I'm meeting creatives, there are people from agencies here, and there was even a guy from NatWest, which I totally didn't expect at the back. So I think the kind of the cross section of industries and skills that at Mashup yeah, it's great to come and experience really, you know, people that I wouldn't meet in my everyday job or everyday life.